Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to learn about a very interesting topic, present tense. Tenses of the verbs. Actually there are three tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. Past tense, the action that is done in the past, it is your past tense. For example, yesterday. And present tense, the action happens today or every day, like today. And the action which will be done in the future, that is tomorrow, it will be your future tense. For example, if we take example of past tense, it will be Sam played blocks, or I read books, she went to school. These are all the examples of past tense. If we take the examples of present tense, the children play, we are eating, and we are going to school. These are all the examples of present tense. In future tense, she will play with her doll, I will do this work tomorrow. These are the examples of future tense. Present tense is further divided into four tenses: present indefinite tense or simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. First one is simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Its rule is subject plus first form of the verb including s or es plus object in case your subject is singular. And for plural subjects you will use first form of the verb and object. In simple words, you can say that if your subject is singular, you will use first form of the verb with s or es along with object. And if your subject is plural, then you will use first form of the verb. To understand this concept, we will take these examples. Child plays. Child plays, here child is subject and it is singular. That's why you will use s with verb, that is play. Similarly, come to the next example, children play. Children, obviously your subject is plural here, that's why you will use play only without s or es. Now we will understand this concept with the help of the following example. The sentences are given in affirmative, interrogative and negative. I work at store. Do I work at store? I do not work at store. I work at store. I is your plural pronoun. Work, obviously it is your verb. At store, store is your object. And keep one thing in your mind, if your pronoun is plural, you will use first form of the verb without s or es. When you will change it into interrogative, then you will use do, not does. Similarly, in negative sentences, you will use do not, does not. Come to the next example. I collect stamp. Do I collect stamp? I do not collect stamp. Next one, he works at store. Here he is your singular pronoun and work, obviously it is your verb, but here your pronoun is singular, that's why you will use s with verb and then it will become works, not work. He works at store. Does he work at store? And he does not work at store. We or they work at store. Why? Because both are plural pronoun, that's why you will use first form of the verb without any s or es. Do we or they work at store? We or they do not work at store. And keep one thing in your mind, in your interrogative sentences you have to put question mark, remember it. Come to the next one, that is your present continuous tense. In present continuous tense you will use subject, am is are, first form of the verb with ing. For example, he is playing, she is singing, I am eating. These are the examples of present continuous tense. And in case of negative, you will use subject, am is are, with not, first form of the verb with ing. For example, he is not playing, she is not cooking, he is not reading. Come to the next one, that is interrogative. In it, what will you do? You will use am, is or are plus subject and first form of the verb with ing. For example, is he playing? Is she cooking? Am I reading? Etc. Now we will understand this concept with the help of the following examples. The sentences are given in affirmative, negative and interrogative. I am going, I am not going, am I going? I am going, it is a sentence of affirmative, and I with I, keep one thing in your mind, you will use am with I only, not any other pronoun or noun. When it will be changed into negative sentence, it will become I am not going. Not will come just after your helping verb, that is am. When you will change it into interrogative, then it will become am I going. Your helping verb will come at the start. And here are other examples. You are going, you are not going, are you going? He, she, it. You will use is with he, she or it. He, she, it is going. He, she, it is not going. Is he, she, it going? We are going. Keep one thing in your mind. You will use are with you, we or they. We are not going. Are we going? They are going. They are not going. Are they going? Come to the next one, that is present perfect tense. In it you will use subject with have or has and past participle. In simple words we can say that you will use subject, has, have and third form of the verb. And has will be used with singulars like he, she or it, and have, it will be used with plurals like I, you, we and they. Come to the example, I have tried sushi. Sushi, it is a kind of fish. It is an example of affirmative sentence or positive sentence, you can say. But come to its negative sentence. In it, what will you do? You have to use subject with have not or has not and third form of the verb or past participle. And its example is I have not tried sushi. Tried is the third form of the verb or past participle. And in case of interrogative, you will use has or have, subject and third form of the verb or past participle. Have you tried sushi? And question mark at the end. Now come to its more examples. You can see that in this chart there are different sentences of present perfect tense. The sentences are given in affirmative, negative and interrogative. And for example, I have tried, I have not been, have I found, you have stayed, you have not written, have you written. If you look at these two lines, you will come across one thing. You will use have with I, you, we or they, and these are plural pronouns. And if you look at third, fourth and fifth line, you will come across that you will use has with singular pronouns, and these are he, she or it. He hasn't, he has not answered, has he eaten, she has brought, she has not sent, has she dived, it has arrived, it has not caught, has it run. These are the examples of present perfect tense. Last one is present perfect continuous tense. In case of positive sentences, you will use subject, has been, have been and first form of the verb with ing. For example, they have been learning English for 2 years. And when your sentence will be in negative, So you have to use subject, has not been, have not been, and first form of the verb with ing. Its example is they have not been learning English for 2 years. Similarly, if your sentence is interrogative, so you have to use has or have with subject, been, first form of the verb with ing. For example, have they been learning English for 2 years? Now we will learn the use of for and since in present perfect continuous tense. We often use for and since with perfect tenses. We use for to talk about a period of time like 3 hours, 2 months, 1 decade. It means the word for is used when there will be a specific time a period is given. For example, 2 hours, 3 months, etc. And you have to use the word since where when you have to talk about a point in past time. For example, 9 o'clock, 1st January, or Monday. Now come to its examples. You have been waiting here for 2 hours. Have you been waiting here for 2 hours? You have not been waiting here for 2 hours. Have been. Why have you used here have been, not has been? Because you is plural pronoun, not singular. Come to the next example, that is, she has been working at this company for 3 years. Has been. It means she is your singular pronoun. That's why you will use has been over here. Come to the next one. What have you been doing for the last 30 minutes? Here the sentence is in interrogative. That's why just after what you have to use have, then the rest of the sentence. After this, come to its rule. Today we have learnt about the rules for the present tense, which is further divided into simple present tense or present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense. And the first one is simple present tense or present indefinite tense. If your person pronoun is I or we, I mean to say it is, if it is first person pronoun, so you have to use first form of the verb only. If it is second, like you, if you, we have to use first form of the verb only. If it is third, it is different. Like here, if it is singular like he, she, you have to use first form of the verb with s or es. If it is plural like they, you have to use first form of the verb only. Come to the next tense, that is present continuous tense. In case of first person pronoun like I, you have to use am, first form of the verb with ing, and we, you have to use the helping verb are, first form of the verb with ing. If it is second person pronoun like you have to use are, helping verb, first form of the verb with ing. In case of third person pronoun like he, she, you have to use helping verb is, first form of the verb with ing. But if it is plural pronoun like they, you have to use are, helping verb, and first form of the verb with ing. Come to the next one, that is present perfect tense. In case of person pronoun, first person pronoun like I or we, you will use have and third form of the verb or past participle. In case of second person pronoun like you, have will be used and third form of the verb or past participle will be used. In case of third person pronoun he or she, along with has and third form of the verb or past participle will be used. Or if it is plural pronoun like they, you will use have and third form of the verb or past participle here. And now come to the last one, that is present perfect continuous tense. And in it, what will you do? In case of first person pronoun like I and we, you will use have been, first form of the verb with ing. Second person pronoun like you, have been, first form of the verb with ing. In case of third person pronoun like he, she, has been, first form of the verb with ing. In case of plural pronoun, you will use have been first form of the verb with ing, but don't forget you will use since and for with it as well. That's all for today. Thank you very much.